Morning. So the XI, we had exactly the two pullbacks where we expected. The first one was on Friday here on that level that was posted, and it was inside the NFP. We had rejection. I was surprised, honestly. I was expecting we would have gone directly to the second level due to the numbers, but it didn't happen. And we see one more time that sometimes data are not controlling the market, but market is just using data to trap. So anyway, we had the second level here with a triple confluence, a big 236 fib, and we had this nice rejection tonight. We just overshot it a little, and now we are pulling back. So the question is, since we didn't broke this 236 fib, we can see a continuation in the actual trend, so which means down, till we probably find some support in this area. That's what I'm looking for. And for that, of course, I will post that. And for that, I use the same tools as always, which is those exhaustion price tools. So here we see we are building a little bit of bullish signal, but due to this rejection and due to the big bearish pressure we had before, I think we will go further. This green level should give some reaction, and then we have this double area where we can get long again dollar, I think. So that's more or less the idea. And of course, we will find the same areas somewhere on the euro dollar as we did yesterday. So we saw that most of the calls with those levels have been working nicely. Last week we called a short here, went down, then we had a long here, came up. It came a lot, by the way. I closed the long too early. I wish I would have kept it up to here on the euro dollar, and now we are in this area. So the question is, as I said, how far we can go on this pullback. But looking at the first candle, I think we still have some room to go. So now we can have a look on the let's go first to the euro dollar. We had the same. We had a call here with a triple confluence level right to the pip, as I wrote, really precise level. We see it here. If we go on a smaller time frame, we see that we had a first touch, then a second one, printing a kind of double top on the 15-minute, and now we are bouncing. Same thing then on the DXY. We had some green on the way. Probably this area can be the good area, and we need to look at those big fib. Same thing on the euro dollar, because we had broken the 236 fib. So if I remember well, it's up there. So we can check that and find perhaps a back test of this 236 fib, and then we will go back lower. That's the area. I will post it on Twitter later on. And then we have this, which is important because that's tells us more or less what is the bullish or bearish pressure on the US dollar and on some risk on, risk off. So we were expecting since last week that kind of M formation. It seems we are on the way to do it, which would, if it stays like that, which would give us more pressure on the bearish side on the USD. So that's something I keep an eye on, just to be in tune with everything. UG USDJPY, this morning I made a call in this area. It was posted on Twitter. We had a confluence with the yellow support. I will explain in the teaching room what is that. 38.2 fib, very important long-term fib. We can see it on the weekly that I posted. We had this trend line too that I draw this morning here. This fib, which is going from June 15 to June 16 and up to today, of course, 21. So for now, we had a great reaction. We were very strongly or nicely, depends on how we see it, overbought on the UG. So we had a big pressure. It's the good time to, it was the right time to get in. I already banked something like 50 or 60 pips. I think we can still see lower. So if we look for some targets, we just stop now here on this black level. Of course, this black level was support resistance here. So if we can breach that one, the next place would be 108.01. So I expect that, and perhaps up to there. We had a very big, very impulsive move up there, very aggressive, and UG usually after a move like this can offer a great pullback like we had this morning, and it can offer 100 or 200 pips nicely. So I keep an eye on it, on what happens here, and if we can break that one, we will probably bounce again here, but then we will just read what is telling us the setups and we will act according to that. And to finish the update, we look at gold. So gold, there was a call on it. It's funny because this level, 1685, 1683, 16 whatever, 82, I call it since end of October or November last year. And I was waiting for it. So why? Because it's a fib on ABC long-term retracement that I show already in Twitter. So we bounce exactly where we had to bounce now. For now, I don't say it's done. I don't say gold will go up to 2,700 US now, but it's a good area to see a bigger bounce than what we had. We start to have a nice impulsive move, which is the kind of parabolic acceleration I like. We could easily and come back and touch it again and bounce from it. It's very possible. We generally see that a lot. Even if we already had a nice consolidation on the 1 hour, we see here this consolidation that has lasted several hours, and then finally we ripped a little from there. So it's tricky because everybody, of course, has been calling for a very much bigger move on the on gold, and is waiting for that. If we go to if I go to my fib ABC that we have here, so you see what I've been calling since a long time. We have some levels, the black levels and whatever we used to trade with, but the most important thing was that on this very long-term ABC, we had seen that the top was tagged exactly to the 1618 of this ABC. Let me take up this blue fib. So we use the 1618 as the top of it, which is very good. Generally, we are supposed on the ABC to tag the 1-to-1, which is the 1-to-1 extension from this move, which send us, which would be around 2,712. That would be great. I don't know if we start from here, we could go back to the 238.6 and then bounce from it. We have other fib that I will do special on gold because many are asking it. So, but this is one of the reason why I've been waiting for that since I saw we tagged the 1618, which was I think I saw it in October or so or last year. Then I knew we were going to go lower now. Generally, after tagging that one, we see the 38.2 and then bounce from the 38.2 to the 1-to-1. But sometimes we can do this. So as soon as we respect this 236 on the close basis, we keep the trend and we look for next levels. Then of course we can dream about 3,700 or 4,300 or whatever. But the most important is that one. And the other fib I've been using on this trade was this very basic fib. So we had a double 38.2 confluence in this area that was telling us it was going to bounce, and that's what happened. Then this is the same. I have another one. Well, we'll see that in the complete update. So we respect that level very clearly. We bounce from it. So that's why I expect now a bigger reaction than only a few pips like we had here, due to the importance and the strength of the level that we just tagged. So we should, we could even pull back up to this 236 of the inside fib at 1,832. Then here we'll see what happens, how strong is the trend, and what we could expect from it. That's all for today. I will post later today or tomorrow a special goal to find some important area where we could bank or add and follow this trade as soon as I believe we have some more room to go. I hope you enjoyed it. We can see some of us in the teaching room, and I will post soon some new video. Have a safe trading day. Bye.